Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Our podcast today is about artificial intelligence in the accounting profession, how it's impacting the work that accountants do, how those tasks are changing, and how it's impacting the amount of data that we're able to process. To begin, let's kind of talk about where accounting first started and where it's at today and how artificial intelligence is impacting that. Accounting began when societies first began. They were utilizing a bartering system. They needed bookkeepers to record agreements that were being made regarding the goods and services that were involved in the transactions. As time progressed, records were kept on ledgers and kept by hand using a single or double entry accounting system. Eventually, Luca Pacioli, fondly known as the father of accounting, laid the groundwork for modern accounting by highlighting the benefits of the double entry accounting system and creating the first financial statements. Upon the development of corporations and the railroad, the necessity for accounting professionals became an essential part of doing business. The American Association of Public Accountants, AAPA, was established in 1887, and the accounting profession was formally recognized in 1896 with the establishment of the professional title of a Certified Public Accountant, or a CPA. From here, we have watched the accounting profession go from a traditional kind of bookkeeping calculators and handwritten ledgers to fully automated accounting systems that are not only intuitive and accurate, but also have the capability of analyzing the data from every single transaction within a company. A key player in the shift in this accounting is artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence in accounting has allowed for huge improvements and efficiencies around data and automation. Additionally, AI-fueled technologies and applications like machine learning can drive new and improved practices around data analytics for accounting. There's 3 key benefits that AI kind of entering the accounting field has brought about that I want to talk about today. Those are the fact that financial data is more accurate and more vast. Internal controls and internal and external audit processes are kind of streamlined and improved. And accountants have exponentially more freedom to engage in more innovation and creativity within a business. As with any change, of course, there's challenges that can be associated with AI as well. We're going to kind of address those, but the 2 major ones are the necessity for more specialized skills when utilizing AI and the stigmas and distrust that are kind of associated with AI and cloud-based technology, and the fear that's associated with those, and people potentially thinking, oh, AI is going to take my job, or there won't be a purpose for accountants anymore thanks to AI. And I have good news. That doesn't seem to be the case. But let's talk about the benefits, and then we'll dive more into the challenges. So, benefit number 1. Financial data is more accurate and more vast with the utilization of AI. AI is best at replacing manual tasks and alleviating the burden of repetition. In doing so, digital technologies create and allow accountants to use more vast amounts of complex and timely data. Companies can then use this data generated by digital technologies to increase their efficiency as well as their accuracy in accounting. Because the calculations for the data are computerized, the risk for human error is mitigated as well. This provides for much, much more accurate financial statements and reduces risks as well. Benefit number 2. Internal controls and internal and external audit processes are streamlined and approved. The Committee of Sponsoring Organization, COSO, framework and the original Objectives for Information and Related Technology, COBIT, are the most broadly accepted and adopted internal control systems. The revised COSO, called COSO 13, in that revision, internal control framework has been revamped and tailored to adapt to the change of companies who are adopting more of the information technologies and using more of the technological practices in their everyday business practices. The 2013 version of COSCO employs a broad focus on internal controls and technologies. So that's really helpful. It's also key because internal control concepts and principles, such as those in COSO, such as those in COSO's integrated internal control framework, will continue to be applicable and relevant in the digital age. In fact, technology can make internal controls even more effective, efficient, and pervasive. And even the most basic of automation can improve internal controls by instilling discipline in the organization and standardizing of processes. And understanding this, data governance and control culture will become more important as more controls are interlaced with artificial intelligence systems. Finally, just as the days before artificial intelligence in accounting, continuous testing and monitoring of those controls would be advised. That's where your internal and external audits are taking place. Even just managers doing a daily check of, hey, are we meeting the expectation on our controls this week? Have we gotten all of our POs signed? Whatever that looks like, but that follow-up is still critical. That's kind of one of the human pieces that we can't count on artificial intelligence to go through every one of our systems and double check what people are doing. So we do want to be able to check that those controls are effective, but also that they're consistently being implemented. And then benefit number 3, accountants will gain exponentially more freedom to engage in innovation and creativity. The experts have really concluded, and I quote, "The application of artificial intelligence can solve the pain points of inefficiency and low added value in the accounting field, making the accountants turn to a more creative work and bringing greater value to their company." End quote. This, with these advancements of AIs, accountants are going to get to move away from that traditional, number crunching in a back office and, he's the numbers guy. He'll figure it out and let us know. And they're going to be able to roll into a more trusted business advisor. Their role is going to expand and grow to be kind of the interpreters of big data. Furthermore, the accounting departments will have even more responsibility for handling and using the data efficiently. And gains will really be able to be expected from these analysis and tools that we can then utilize towards planning and forecasting. So those are some really exciting pieces that are already being implemented with AI, but that are going to continue to get fine-tuned and sharpened as we continue to implement AI in our companies. As with any change, AI in the accounting field has no shortages of challenges, right? One of the most impactful challenges that can be expected with the implementation of AI is the demand for a new skill set amongst accountants, both the new school accountants and the old school accountants. Digital technology is changing the workplaces and the workflows in the broader accounting profession, and it's kind of creating some new opportunities and some demanding and different advanced technological skills from employees. The gap in skill set, it's important to recognize, does not just exist in those entry-level employees. If anything, they have a little more technological experience and exposure typically. The insufficiencies and qualifications are also evident in kind of the accounting workforce as a whole, and they're regarded as major barriers in adopting of new technologies for companies. Accountants will have to start being able to be more fluent in data analytics and machine learning and be able to fully leverage those two things to benefit from the true impact that AI can have on the profession. The final challenge associated with AI is kind of the fear of the unknown, the stigmas that are associated with artificial intelligence and it potentially taking over the job of the accountant. Frey and Osborne, 2017, do predict that 94% of accounting profession occupations could be replaced by AI digital-based technology in the next 10 years. We're not completely seeing this yet. It's not entirely apparent. And the existing literature also does not assume that all humans as knowledge workers are going to be replaced, but rather their professional occupations are going to be transformed. And that's where we're going to start seeing where that kind of lack of skill set comes in. Their occupations are going to be transformed from being these handwritten number crunchers to really kind of managing, handling, and checking and double checking these more AI-based tasks. The best advice for companies and individuals who are suffering from these fears and these gaps in training and AI knowledge is to really embrace the change and start to prepare for the differences. From continuing education in your own self-education or going and seeking higher education, get in the loop with AI technology, right? Understand how it's going to be impacting your job and how it could benefit you, and learn how to leverage it. By being an early adopter of the new technology, you can really make yourself irreplaceable in your current position, or really desirable for a better one. You know, ultimately, AI is here and is more prevalent than ever. The efficiencies that accompany it will be a true asset to companies. As a new accountant rookie, or, seasoned CFOs, we have an opportunity to be the firsts and to be trendsetters and to embrace a new age of technology. In doing so, we can set the pace and become masters of systems that will benefit companies and the profession everywhere. I really hope you're encouraged by this podcast. I hope that it excites you when you think about artificial intelligence. I know I get excited about it, a little nervous, but I hope that you find this encouraging. I hope it gives you some motivation, and let's get out there and get in the loop and learn what we can about these new accounting systems. Thank you so much, and have a great evening.